Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome to our new segment Top 10 Thursday where we'll be talking about the top 10 smartphones and other products. We will try our best to provide you with the best smartphones under every budget segment. So in this video, we'll be talking about the top 10 Android smartphones under the budget of 10,000 rupees. My name is Sovik, welcome to Phone Politics, let's get started. Number 1 is Realme Narzo 10A. The Realme Narzo 10A is largely a cosmetic update to the Realme C3. The Narzo 10A adds a fingerprint sensor which takes care of one of our biggest complaints with the C3 as well as a macro camera on the rear, which is a fun to use but not very practical. Performance is excellent thanks to the MediaTek Helio G70 processor, and you can get a decent enough gaming experience even with today's heavy games. The cameras are just above average, but quality dips a lot in low light. Battery life is excellent and we could get 2 full days of casual usage out of a single charge. This phone is available in so white and so blue with a gigantic Realme logo emblazoned across the back. Only one configuration is available with 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage. Number 2 is Realme C3. Realme C3 is a budget smartphone and it sports a sunrise design. The company offers the phone in 2 colors, frozen blue and blazing red. It has a big display that measures 6.5 inches and has a 20:9 aspect ratio. The Realme C3 sports a 5000 mAh battery, which is a highlight of the smartphone. This is also the reason why it is a tad heavy at 195 grams. The Realme C3 is powered by a MediaTek Helio G70 SoC and comes in 2 variants. The base variant has 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage, while the other variant has 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. It is a dual SIM device with the support of 4G as well as VoLTE on both SIM slots. It runs Realme UI 1.0 on the top of Android 10. It sports a dual camera setup at the back with a 12 megapixel primary camera and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. It clicks decent photos, but low light could do with some improvements. Number 3 is the Xiaomi Redmi 8. The Redmi 8 is the successor of the Redmi 7 and has a very good build quality. It is well designed and we like the fact that it has a USB Type-C port at the bottom. And that's not all, it has a support of 18-watt fast charging. The Redmi 8 has an HD Plus display, but its processor is weak compared to the Redmi 7. You will be able to play games on this device, but heavy titles might stutter. Camera performance is on par with other smartphones for this price. Xiaomi only has one configuration of Redmi 8 on sale with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. It is currently priced at 9,000 rupees. Number 4 is VIVO U10. Available at the starting price of 10,000 rupees, the VIVO U10 smartphone comes powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon 665 SoC paired with 3GB of RAM and 4GB of RAM. You get 2 storage options of 32GB and 64GB as well. The handset has a 6.35 inches HD Plus display and comes backed by a 5000 mAh battery. This device has a triple rear camera setup of 13 megapixel, 8 megapixel and 2 megapixel. On the front, you get an 8 megapixel sensor. This device runs on Vivo FunTouch OS that's good enough for most users. Number 5 is Samsung Galaxy M30. The Samsung Galaxy M30 packs a big 5000 mAh battery with 15-watt fast charging support. The phone is one of the best mid-rangers Samsung had made, and it's packed with some interesting features. That includes a 6.4 inches Super AMOLED display, which is perfect for consuming content on the go and even while gaming. The phone runs on the Exynos 7904, which may not be best for gaming but good enough for day-to-day tasks. The Galaxy M30 is a good option if you are looking for a smartphone with long battery life under this budget. The Samsung Galaxy M30 runs on Samsung's One UI based on Android 9 with the update to Android 10. The phone comes with a triple camera setup at the back with a 13 megapixel primary sensor, a 5 megapixel ultra wide camera and a 5 megapixel depth sensor. On the front, you get a 16 megapixel selfie camera. Number 6 is Motorola Moto G8 Power Lite. Motorola Moto G8 Power Lite is launched with Android Pie 9.0. The phone has a 6.5 inches HD Plus IPS LCD display with a resolution of 720 by 1600 pixel. It has a MediaTek Helio P35 processor along with 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage. Motorola Moto G8 Power Lite has a triple camera setup including 16 megapixel main sensor, a 2 megapixel macro and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. The phone has a 8 megapixel front camera. This phone has a large 5000 mAh battery which supports 10 watt fast charging. Fingerprint sensor is provided on the back of the phone. The price of this phone in Indian market is 9000 rupees for 64GB of storage with 4GB of RAM. Number 7 is Realme C11. Realme has introduced its latest smartphone Realme C11 in India on 14th July. In this smartphone, users are getting the support of MediaTek Helio G35 processor, 2GB of RAM and 32GB of storage, and it has a 5000 mAh of battery. Talking about the camera, users have got a dual camera setup in this device with a 13 megapixel primary lens and a 2 megapixel depth sensor. Apart from this, a 5 megapixel selfie camera has been provided on the front of the phone. The Realme C11 smartphone has a 6.5-inch HD Plus display which has a resolution of 1600 by 720 pixels. Also, Corning Gorilla Glass 3 Plus has been supported to protect the screen. This smartphone works on Realme UI based on Android 10. Number 8 is Infinix Hot 9 and Hot 9 Pro. The company has priced the Infinix Hot 9's 4GB of RAM plus 64GB of storage variant at 8499 and the Hot 9 Pro's 4GB RAM plus 64GB of storage variant priced at 9499. Both these smartphones can be purchased with ocean blue and violet color options. The Infinix Hot 9 has a 6.6-inch HD Plus display, whereas the Hot 9 Pro has a 6.6-inch Full HD Plus punch-hole display with the same resolution. Both the smartphone has MediaTek Helio P22 octa-core processor. The Infinix Hot 9 and Hot 9 Pro works on Android 10 powered by XOS 6.0 operating system. The Infinix Hot 9 comes with a 13 megapixel primary lens, a 2 megapixel depth sensor and a 2 megapixel macro lens. Apart from this, an 8 megapixel selfie camera has been added to the front of this phone. Whereas the Infinix Hot 9 Pro comes with a 48 megapixel primary lens, 2 megapixel depth sensor and a 2 megapixel macro lens. Also, both of the phone has a low light sensor. In front, it has a 8 megapixel selfie camera with a LED flashlight. Apart from this, users have got 5000 mAh battery. Number 9 is Oppo A12. Oppo A12 has 6.22 inches display which has an aspect ratio of 19:9. The Oppo handset runs on Android 9.0 operating system and has a 4230 mAh battery to power the handset. The phone has a octa-core MediaTek Helio P35 SoC and has Adreno PowerVR GE8320. It works on the ColorOS 6.1 operating system based on Android 10. Talking about the camera, Oppo A12 has a camera setup with aperture f2.4 with 8 megapixel primary sensor and 13 plus 2 megapixel secondary sensor. Talking about the connectivity feature, the phone supports 4G. The phone is available in 3GB of RAM and 32GB of storage and 4GB of RAM and 64GB of storage variants, which are priced at 9990 and 11490 respectively. The number 10 of our list is Realme U1. The Realme U1 features a plastic body with a laminated back which looks very nice. It also has a tiny dewdrop notch with slim bezels on the sides. The phone supports dual 4G VoLTE and there is a dedicated slot for micro SD card too. The phone is powered by a MediaTek Helio P70 SoC which offers very good app and gaming performance. The front 25 megapixel camera captures detailed selfies in daylight but struggles in low light. It's the same for the rear camera too. Battery life is very good as the 3500 mAh battery easily lasts a full day on the single charge. So that's all for today's top 10 list. I hope you like it. If you do, then please give this video a thumbs up and also let me know which smartphones are you looking for in the comment section below. Please support us by subscribing to Phone Politics. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.